this was a big bomb this week. It's about Escape from Tarkov.
That video.
Yeah, that was
Okay,
fun.
that video was
That was a fun, fit
incredible.
story.
Do you guys
Yeah,
have
yeah.
time? Did you want to carry on a little bit longer and talk about this a little bit?
Yeah.
It's up to you.
Let's say
It's up to you two. Or up to you three, sorry. Because otherwise,
Oh, we probably cover this in like 14 minutes.
Yeah. This won't
Yeah.
take long.
Yeah, so basically, Tarkov. I can't remember the guy's name, but a very prominent Tarkov content creator. It was a goat. Came out and made a big video exposing just how Tarkov has a serious cheating problem. Which every game has cheats. Like, you can't stick your head in the sand. Like, most games that you play have some form of cheating in it. But apparently in Tarkov, it's a very high percentage, and it's also a game, obviously a game like Tarkov, based around permadeath and lots of time investment. You don't want to play in a lobby that has cheaters, basically. But yeah, so this guy, he went in with essentially it's called ESP, and it's basically like a mini map that lets you see all the players on the map and the direction they're looking.
It's your sort of bog standard like wall hack.
Yeah, bog standard
wall
wall hacks,
game. Yeah.
You can see it here in this thumbnail for his video. You can see the wireframes and stuff like that. And as he was going around and playing, he would realize that players, 3 or 4 walls between him and a player, they would lock onto his position and things like that. And it's obvious they're cheating. And the interesting part about it, and what a lot of people are talking about with this video, is cheaters would, when they realized that you're both cheaters, they would wiggle, as in like lean left, right. And cheaters would be, a lot of them would be passive with each other. They would straight up just not kill each other and be like, "Hey, sup? How's it going?"
Yeah,
You're cheating, I'm cheating. So this is huge for that Tarkov community, right? Because the wiggle is already it's a gentleman's agreement. It's a gentleman's handshake. So this is like an inbuilt thing that they have, like, when people are like, I want to create my own moment in a video game and stuff like that. Like, the wiggle is that for Tarkov. The players made that. The wiggle was a sign of trust, and everyone uses it. If you're a PMC or if you're a scav, you wiggle at someone, they wiggle back. That means I ain't killing you, you ain't killing me.
Yeah, we go about our business and carry on.
Yeah, we have made a blood debt that we will not kill each other. Like, that's how much it meant to people.
Yeah.
So I remember seeing people talking about, like, seeing cheaters using it, like, literally broke their hearts.
Yeah.
Because
they took advantage of it.
Yeah. No, seriously, like, this was a thing that, like, it was their thing. Like, it wasn't in other games. This was the Tarkov thing, and now cheaters are using and abusing it. Yeah. And they were just there like, I don't know how to feel about this.
I don't know about that. That's like saying, like, oh, jumping in World of Warcraft was the thing that the players came up with, and it symbolizes how.
Well, it's not. It's not saying Tarkov didn't invent leaning, but it invented it as a main method of almost like communication. It's like
they didn't have VoIP for the longest time.
Yes.
Now they got VoIP, it changes it a little bit. But literally, leaning left and right was the only form of way you could really communicate to someone.
Well, it's like, okay, so Steve, you play a lot of Hunt Showdown, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's like your main game. You play that most days. You met a bunch of friends through it. You're heavily invested in Hunt Showdown. Imagine if a video came out tomorrow stating that, on average, 60% of the games that you play have a group of cheaters in them.
That is the thing that, because I watched this video as well, and that is the thing that got me, was like, if Tarkov has this many cheaters that are kind of undetectable unless you're cheating yourself, our games probably have this, especially games like Hunt, which probably don't have the best anti-cheat. And it's just like, this video made me think, like, oh, anytime I get killed in a game now that's even kind of sussy, it brings it into question. Like,
well, yeah. And that's what they mentioned in this video. He interviews someone from Linus Tech Tips, I can't remember his name, he's a really nice guy, saying, and a really interesting point they bring up is what amount of cheats are acceptable for you as a person, because it's very unrealistic to assume that you remove every cheat from the game. Someone will always find a way to cheat. That's just how it is in every single game. But at what point is it too much? And this person replied to that the threshold is as soon as you start suspecting, every kill, like not just was that a good play or not?
Yeah,
it's like,
I thought that was
that guy's
a really
cheating.
interesting comment. Yeah. Because he's like, it should, when you die in a video game, it should never even like enter your mind.
Exactly.
That guy was foul. That was foul play. And it's like as soon as it tips that scale, it doesn't have to be like many. It could be as low as like 15-20% of the time. But as soon as it like tips, either in the community's mind or your personal mind, you start seeing it like every time you die, you're like, dude, how did he know I was there? And it's like once you're there, it doesn't matter how many cheaters there actually are. It's like
you've gone past the point of no return, and that's and that's what he said at the start of this video. He says, a warning to whoever's watching this video: if you play Tarkov, if you really enjoy it, careful watching this video, because you might not be able to go back. At which point, my internal response is like, okay, buddy, fucking get over. It's a YouTube video, get over yourself. But he's completely right.
Yeah.
Because I personally, for one, I never want to fucking touch Tarkov ever again.
I mean, I do think Tarkov clearly has a big cheating issue, and the reason it has a big cheating issue is because it's a really big fucking game, right?
Yeah.
You aren't running into 60% cheaters in Hunt, because Hunt is just not big enough for people to care enough to cheat that much.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Ultimately, there's a lot more on the line in Tarkov, and that's why people cheat on it.
Well, it's also like Hunt is tied to Steam accounts, right? Which is another. I think Hunt seems to be less duct taped together for one thing than Tarkov, which is wild, but here we are. But it's also like it's tied to your Steam account, right? So you're risking actual. You're risking like your actual Steam account when you cheat in Hunt. In Tarkov, it's like it's its own little enclosed ecosystem. So you can just buy 20 quid, buy a copy of Tarkov, cheat your heart out, you get banned. It's like, oh well, I'll just drop 20 quid, buy another account.
I've had enough fun out of cheating for that 20 quid that I will just buy another key and carry on. That's how I get my fun, is by dropping 20 quid a month, cheating for a bit, and then doing it all over again.
It's also like there's real incentives for people to make and distribute cheats, because you can there's like because of the way like the economy works in that game, there's actual incentive for people to be like, look, we'll give you a cheat that will just help you get all the best stuff, that will help you do all your quests and stuff and beat the other players. And it's like, it's like that slippery slope where once you suspect everyone is cheating, it's like, well, how I have to cheat to even keep up.
I had something happen today in regards to this that has really pissed me off, and it's to do with RuneScape. In that I went on
someone cheating RuneScape.
There's a shitload of bots and cheating in RuneScape. It's always there. It's like what we say. You want it to be just low enough that you don't think everyone's doing it.
Yeah.
But I googled like what are the best AFK training methods for Magic, and I saw so many replies that were just like auto clickers. Just get an auto clicker. Do this. Do
just
that.
Like macro it. Yeah.
And now I'm like, I really wish I didn't read all that, because I went down a rabbit hole.
Okay.
I went down a rabbit hole. I have no intention of cheating, but I went down a rabbit hole of like, how easy is it to just cheat in RuneScape? And it turns out, it's actually pretty fucking easy. So now I'm like,
that drawing the line for cheats?
Yeah.
I don't put auto clickers in the same line as cheating, you know what I mean?
Sam's botting in the Grand Exchange, confirmed.
I agree with Sam. Because like back in the day, you had those birds that would be like, there's always that meme of the birds going up and down, pressing the key for you.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like everyone's
Is that a
done.
Simpsons joke?
Yeah, it's just,
Maybe.
I had years ago. I remember buying like 5,000 green d'hide bodies and then just setting the auto clicker going to high outcome. Like I remember doing that,
yeah.
but that never once crossed my mind as cheating, so much as
See, for me, that is cheating.
yeah. I guess it's where you draw the line.
Yeah.
Because yes, I've technically got something else doing it for me, I guess, but it's not the same as like running a script to like go and kill mobs, collect items, or withdraw items from a bank and craft something. Run to bank, withdraw items from a bank.
I guess
blah,
it
blah, blah.
depends. Like, I guess it depends. Yeah, what level? Because RuneScape is all clicking, so I guess if you're doing getting something to do the clicking, I guess technically that is. But I'm kind of almost with Sam in that, where it's like it's just me clicking one thing. What does it matter if I'm the one doing it? You know,
Yeah,
at that point, I
it's
don't
the
know.
exact
It's-
same
yeah,
spot. I've just left it there to click once every second.
yeah,
Like, yes, I can get carpal tunnel doing it myself, or
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I
Um,
guess like yeah, but
I,
very
I do agree that like if people will see that as cheating, and I do
yeah.
agree. Like it's not clean
I'm
in
gonna,
any
I'm,
shape
gonna, I'm
or
gonna be
way.
back next week's podcast with 99 magic stat. Don't ask me how I got it.
Yeah. Also, I just want to bring up this 60% number, right?
Yeah.
About cheaters in Tarkov. This is 60% minimum.
Yeah, it's also
Because
quote unquote obvious cheaters as well.
he even actively said like there were so many times where like a scav gave him away or something happened where he couldn't fully be confident that he didn't make noise or he hadn't been like rused by something.
It is, in the interest of fairness, though, it is also only, he said it was 120 runs he did, matches.
Yeah.
So it's not a huge sample size.
It's not, no.
Like 60%, whichever way you cut it, is terrible.
Yeah.
But in the interest of fairness, he did, it's only a sample size of 120.
I think at the very least, the important thing has been achieved, which is to highlight,
Yes, which is to get people talking about.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because there has been a reply from the company on their subreddit and stuff like that, and they've come out and said some stuff. I think one of the lines was they're banning 1,000 to 2,000 players a day. At which point everyone has just replied like, "Are you insane? That's obviously not true. Do you have any idea how many like accounts that is?"
Yeah.
And apparently, like
1,000 to 2,000 a day.
They'd
have no one left by the end of the year.
exactly.
What the fuck?
Everyone's like, "What are you talking about?" Like you're just pulling numbers out of your ass. And there's been similar cookie cutter responses to cheating like 3 and 4 years ago, saying like, "Oh, we know there's cheating and we're working on it," and then they just don't do anything.
But the thing is now, like anyone who watches this video will not touch Tarkov. I'm assuming.
No,
Like,
I mean, but would you want to after watching this?
Yeah, I was gonna say you're probably not gonna touch Tarkov after this unless they do some drastic like anti-cheat stuff. But also, current players are probably like looking like, well, if other people are cheating and getting away with it, but they might encourage them to do it as well. It's like at the moment, like Tarkov needs to do something.
Yeah, they need
to like be like a very heavy anti-cheating stance. And if not, it's like it will probably be the death of Tarkov.
Well, it's tricky because it's not like a death where it's like, oh, Tarkov's dead, but it's just like it's one of those slow deaths, right? Like, why would you play Tarkov? That game's full of cheaters, and then just it slowly loses players.
It's difficult to say though, isn't it? Because Tarkov players are already masochists. Let's be honest, and we have no idea how well or badly Tarkov has been doing. So it's impossible to tell.
Yeah, the average player finding out that like 60% of the players around them are cheaters, like fuck yeah, challenge.
I was gonna say the numbers go up. Yes, everyone is cheating, but I imagine because of this video and the controversy, I wonder if the player count actually went up as a result of this. Well, it would not surprise me.
The issue that can happen with a video like this is not only do a lot of players leave, obviously because of cheaters. You know, they're like, I'm not playing this, it's full of cheaters. But you also get another subset of people will be like, hang on a minute, is it that easy to cheat in Tarkov? I'm going to have a look. If everyone's cheating anyway, I'm going to cheat.
plus now there's all the people that this video is like the biggest thing. This has gotten outside of like
Yes,
Tarkov, right? People outside of Tarkov are talking, like us, are talking about this. And it's like now, how many other wannabe content creators are going to do this for and just like ruin the game for everybody? You know, what if now there's a guy in every raid who's creeping around trying to figure out if you're cheating or not?
Yeah, the top comment of the video was from Pestily, one of the biggest Tarkov streamers or just content creators in general, basically saying this is such a good video, and I'm scared that all content creators are going to jump on this as their like and just copy the idea.
I will say, I think with other games, at least, there have been content creators who like, I'm going to download cheats on a brand new account to see what it's like, and then they get permabanned on their main account and their old account. Like usually games, even if you're doing it for content, if you cheat, they will ban you.
Yeah,
forever.
hardware locked,
this is
hardware
Tarkov.
ID. Yeah, I don't know how Tarkov works with their ban. If it's like a heavy, because you can get hardware banned where it's like your PC is just like, this PC ain't playing X game.
Even for content creators, like you can get content creator banned. Like if they see you playing that game, they will ban any account that you're playing.
I think that's
because you promoted cheating.
I think that in itself, for me, almost kind of legitimizes this video more for me, right? It's like this guy whose life is obviously Tarkov. You know, this is his job. It revolves around this, and he's basically, you know, thrown that away to expose this thing. Good for him, obviously. But I don't think you do that unless you obviously believed in the message that had to be said.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting stuff. Anyone that's listening hasn't seen this video, it's called The Wiggle That Killed Tarkov. Highly recommend you give it a look. It's 40 minutes long, but the second half of the video is an interview that you could skip if you just want to see like the meat of the video. You give it a look. It's really, really interesting, especially just seeing all how they wiggle to each other and talk to each other and stuff. It's really good.